Today is Tuesday, Parashat Kedoshim. One of the mitzvot in the parasha of this week is to be careful with weights and measures. And the pasuk says, "Lo ta'asu avel b'mishpat, b'midah, b'mishkal, b'mesura." Lo ta'asu avel b'mishpat means do not commit a perversion of justice. Typically, we would think that would relate to a judge, that he has to adjudicate cases in the proper way, not to pervert justice. But the pasuk relates to the proper weights and measures as if the person who's involved in business, as if he was a judge. And we warn to be very careful with the way that we judge any case. And in the case of a person involved in business, or the Torah says b'midah, which is measures of length. If you were to measure a field for sale, b'mishkal, if you were to measure weights of, let's say, you're selling vegetables and you measure them, you have to be very careful that your weight is perfectly accurate. Uba or measures of volume. Let's say you were selling liquid or some food product that is sold by volume. Also have to be very careful that the weight is exactly accurate, because if you do not have accurate weights and measures, that would be cheating people, and be very difficult to do teshuvah from such a situation, because when you do teshuvah, you have to correct what you did wrong. It would entail paying back anybody that person would have cheated. But if a person was involved in selling day after day with improper measures that were lacking the full quantity, then go and find the people that a person would have cheated. It would be practically impossible to find them, to reimburse them for the amount that they were cheated by. And it could be a small amount, but regardless. In such situation, when a person wants to do teshuvah in such a case, he would contribute funds to the needs of the community. So people who were wronged by being cheated would benefit from those funds that he gave for the support of the community. So indirectly, he would be reimbursing them. But it's considered to be a very, very grave sin not to have accurate weights and measures. And the pasuk goes on, Mozne tzedek, avne tzedek, efat tzedek, vehin tzedek yelachem. They shall have exactly the correct, accurate scales, weights, measures, correct liquid measures. And then the pasuk goes on to say, Ani Hashem Elokechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. I'm Hashem, your God who took you out of Egypt. What relationship is it between the Exodus and accurate weights and measures? Well, Rashi explains that in Egypt, Hashem knew the difference between a child, whether he's a Bechor or not a Bechor. And Hashem would be aware of anything that you would do, that even people who were purchasing from you, the thing that you were selling, would have no idea that the measures were inaccurate. Hashem knows, and therefore it's something that you could not hide from Hashem, and the sin would be grave in weights and measures. And this is one of the mitzvot of the parasha of this week, and in general, in business, a person has to act very, very honestly. One of the questions that a person is asked after 120 years when he goes to Olam Haba is Nasata venatata be'emunah. Did you deal in business in a way that is honest, that is trustworthy? Did you do everything exactly, perfectly honest? And weights and measures are definitely a very important aspect of honesty in business. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.